Okay, welcome back to another episode with myself, LLCrypto, and my good friend Edo. So how you doing today, Edo?
Wow, looking great. Feeling excited to be back for another episode.
Excellent. So in today's episode, is Bitcoin going to zero? That is the $1 million question, because according to Peter Schiff, is still convinced that the Bitcoin price is eventually going to zero. So we'll talk about that in just a second. We'll talk about which direction Bitcoin could possibly go and the rest of the market, because I mean, personally, Bitcoin is on the edge at this moment in time, and it needs to pump fast, because if not, we could be entering a bear market. So what do you think? Do you think Bitcoin's going to go to zero, or is it crazy?
I mean, it is an interesting question to ask. Maybe if he's asking a question, so that is the possibility from his point of view for Bitcoin to go to zero. I don't know. I don't know even how this question came about, because it looks very strange to me.
Yeah, I mean, Peter Schiff is always bringing out interesting quotes about Bitcoin, anti-Bitcoin, and yeah, we see what he says. I still think that it eventually go to zero, so I don't think that I got that wrong. So yeah, I mean, obviously everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but it's one thing I do agree with is this: there is probably some sort of economic crisis at this moment, and maybe a crash in the future. And we're going to talk about crypto, and I do expect the next bear market to come any second now, and we're going to see some huge sales on Bitcoin and the rest of the market. So a lot of FUD is coming out because Bitcoin isn't pushing past some key levels, unfortunately. And we are on the basically, we really need to push past our old all-time high very, very soon, sooner rather than later, because then we have this problem of basically falling a lot lower, below 100,000 US dollars. This is something we spoke about, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is a Bitcoin cycle, which is something around 4 years. And it seems that we are at the end of this cycle, and everything seems to be pointing towards that. We've spoken several times about the fact that maybe the bear market is around the corner, that this bull market is soon going to phase out. So yeah, I guess everybody will agree on that. Now, the question is Bitcoin going to zero? Well, yeah, I think that, there will be a whole change to our current economy for this to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Peter Schiff also noted that Bitcoin is down 30% from its peak price in gold, which recently logged a series of record highs. And I think it was on Monday, gold crashed 5% and Bitcoin spiked up, and which was quite interesting. But yeah, going to zero, yeah, this is just more FUD coming out for Bitcoin. And well, I mean, Bitcoin is not going to go to zero anytime soon, if not ever. I mean, we can't say 100%, but 99.9% sure that Bitcoin is not going down to zero. It was an interesting article, but you've probably seen a lot of these articles recently because of what's been going on in Bitcoin. So if we just jump over the charts, we're on the daily, and we're still struggling right now to pump past this area here of around 110,000. So we spoke about this last week again, this situation where we could drop down, didn't we?
Yeah.
And this is exactly, we tried to break past this point last, it was on Tuesday, and we got rejected. So we've got this, again, the situation where we're coming, a step down, and another one. So are we going to go low?
I think that we can expect that to happen.
The Bitcoin right now is really fighting to stay above water. But yeah, I think it's on its last legs for this cycle. If we drop below 100,000, I don't want to be a bearer of bad news, but I try to look at the objective side of it. If it's the end of the cycle, then it's a real shame, because we haven't had the altcoin season, which we've all been anticipating for.
Yeah, it's true. Regarding this altcoin season, it wasn't, I don't know, somehow we failed to have a proper altcoin season as we love to. We had maybe 1 week of altcoin rally, but we couldn't really talk about it as a clear altcoin season. But regarding now this Bitcoin price, yeah, I think that the price could go a little bit lower.
Yeah, I think we'd probably come back down, like we've been mentioning, $102,000, $103,000 level. Let's just look at the weekly as well, because let's see, what's it got? A megaphone pattern, in my opinion, forming. Because we're struggling to understand. The bulls and the bears are fighting out at the moment. We don't know which way Bitcoin's going. We've had the last 2 weeks in the red, really, really bad. And we're right on this level now, 108. If we drop below this, I think we'll come and fill this up, personally, if we don't get a quick bounce. But it might be a good thing. We might need to get a bounce off the $100,000 level. In November, December, we have that Christmas rally. And we do, all of a sudden, things change really quick in crypto. And if you've been in crypto for even a few months, but a few years, this is not your first cycle, then you know very, very well that in crypto, things can move very fast and the narrative can change so quickly.
And that's true. That's true. It takes maybe a little bit of an experience to understand that. But if maybe you are new to crypto and maybe just watch out regarding what could happen over the few days, next few weeks. Because right now, for me, I think that Bitcoin could go a little bit lower. But as you mentioned, nothing could also exclude the fact that it could bounce back and go significantly higher too.
What would be interesting is just to see the Fibonacci levels. If we take it to the bottom of the bear market to the top of the local top, the 0.618 level is all the way down here at 57,000. I've been calling, I don't know if you remember, but I've been calling for maybe a $50,000 to $60,000 Bitcoin in the next crash, if you remember that. And it's interesting that the 0.618 level here points to that. But we could come to any of these. These are the three levels I'd be looking at for the next bottom. Probably, most likely the 0.5 or the 0.618. We could come to the golden pocket here of the 0.382 level. 84,000 could that be the complete bottom? I don't think so. Usually when Bitcoin crashes, it's over 50%. So where we are now, it would take us down into the mid 50s. From 124, 60s. So we could be looking anywhere between these two zones of 58K up to 70,000.
It could happen, but I don't think that it will happen in the very near future.
The next 2 years.
Yeah, could be.
When we go into that bear market, because it takes a good 1 year to actually. We have this slow bleed out. So if anyone was in crypto at this point, which I've been in the last 2 cycles. This is my 3rd cycle. This was brutal for people. The last cycle from the top, November 2021, all the way down to the bottom of, or until the year after. It was 1 year after. So it took a year to go to that bottom. So yeah, it wouldn't be over a few weeks or months. I mean, anything is possible, but maybe in 1 year's time, we're down at the $50,000, $60,000 level. And next year, I do think we'll be in a bear market for sure. But that will be another opportunity to start buying in for the next cycle.
Yeah, so to save this video somewhere, because if Bitcoin does hit those low figures, we definitely want to buy either Bitcoin or another altcoin, because it shows that the potential you have to make some money.
Yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, just to wrap up Bitcoin, if we drop below, we need to stay above 100,000, and we need to pump fast relatively soon to indicate, are we still in the bull market? And then if that happens, great, we'll have a crazy altcoin season, which we've all been hoping for. But worst case scenario, if we break below the 100,000, goes to that 92, 93,000, which was where we were last time on the channel, then we'd probably be entering a short-term bear trend. I'm not going to say we're going to go straight into a bear market if that happens, but going into 2026, I just got this feeling that it's going to be the start of another financial crisis, and then in turn, the altcoins, Bitcoin are going to tumble down with it, because usually speculative assets such as the crypto market gets hit harder than traditional finance. It's just the way it goes at this moment, because it's new technology and new form of finance. So yeah, over the day, crypto bubbles has been for the altcoins. Okay, this one's not too bad for the day. This one's just going up and down. It's like a yo-yo chain, Opera AI. Be careful with this if you're trading. If you're dollar cost averaging, it's different. But for the week, really poor. I mean, we're down 10, 20, 25%. For the month is a disaster. Except Zcash, privacy coin, going up, which is phenomenal. Zcash was one of the first cryptocurrencies I bought years ago. And now it's all of a sudden taking off. And then we've got stuff like Fetch, AVAX, almost down half of their value. So could it be a good opportunity to buy these altcoins now? Should we be FOMOing in? Well, we're going to talk about FOMO in the next episode, and also how to stay safe when it comes to that aspect, because it's how people get absolutely wrecked within the cryptocurrency cycles. And then just one other thing, month of October, usually good. We're -4 at this moment in time. It could change very, very quickly. The last time we printed a red monthly candle, the month after, we went down 36%. I'm not saying November's going to be like this November, but just keep that in mind. This was almost 4%. This is 4%. Are we going to repeat the 2018 November and December? That's also on the card. So stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to talk about the altcoins. We're going to talk about FOMO and not getting wrecked. And yeah, make sure to subscribe to our channels as well. We will leave the links in the description below. Make sure as well to comment in the comment section. It's really good for our channels, and it's interesting to see what's on your mind and whether you agree or not with us. And leave a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all good for the algorithm. So stay tuned for the next video, and we will see you next time with another video. Bye.